from Annamal College of Education, Thoothukudi. I welcome you all to the 5 days capacity building course on enhancing teacher effectiveness for creating a progressive society. I welcome today's speaker Neil Yang, who is to present on the topic Understanding and Managing Yourself. It's my pleasure to welcome and introduce Neil Yang, who is a peak performance coach from Dubai. He has helped successful entrepreneurs to create more freedom in their lives. Neil's claim to fame is his 22 Tony Robbins event over 22 consecutive months. During this time, he has realized that living one's dream life is mastering intentions, feelings, habits, and energy. He feels his best accomplishment in life is that he has freed himself from smoking, alcohol, coffee, and sugar. I think he means white sugar as the bad sugar, and he practices this for the past 10 years. This change in his habit leads to live a dream life. Neil has his own construction business, Young Engineering Consultancy Services, and Varibi run a classic sporting and adventure race and Alpha Advanced coaching business where he is the lead coach. He is a proud husband and a proud father, and his mission in life is to spend time with peers to lift them up, to lift each others up and not to put them down. Neil's sessions will be more interactive and life-changing, and today's participants are lucky to join his presentation. And thank you, Neil, for accepting our invite to present in this capacity building course for pre-service and in-service teachers. I take this opportunity to thank my niece Sharon Marvin, who has made Neil to address in this gathering. Today is the first day of the course, and I'm sure your presentation will motivate the participants to take part in all the 4 days. Now, over to Neil Yang. Before that, there is a small note to the participants. Feedback link will be posted only at the end of the session. Use the chat box to ask questions at the end of the session. And please join the Telegram group to get further information of the course. Now over to Neil Yang.
Thanks, Shamila. That was a great introduction. Don't think I could have said it better myself. So thank you very much. And yeah, like Shamila said, this is going to be a very interactive session. So I can see everyone's comments in the Zoom chat. So please keep your comments coming. Would love to hear where everyone is from. So let me get started. I'd love to start off with a quote. One of my mentors, Jim Rohn, he said, you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So by saying that quote, I really mean who you spend time around is who you become. You know, so that's one of the quotes in my life that is very dear to me. So my name's Neil, and Shamila mentioned I have a couple of companies in construction and sports. Quite proud that we managed to 10x those businesses from 6 figures to 7 figures over a 2-year period. And like Shamila said, my claim to fame is having done 22 Tony Robbins events over 22 consecutive months as one of his platinum partners. And now I'm on a mission to help other successful entrepreneurs push past their limits to create even more freedom in their lives, as I always believe there's a new level that we can get to, whether it's dreaming bigger, having bigger goals, or feeling better, enjoying yourself more, focusing on what you have instead of what you don't have, and then also just keeping your energy high so that you're able to take massive action. So I'm 3 years into my Platinum Partnership program with Tony Robbins. If you haven't heard of Tony Robbins, he's a like a life coach. He's a motivational speaker. So he's been my main mentor for the past 3 years. Can everyone hear me okay? Please just type in the chat if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. Your audio is very clear.
Cool. Awesome. So yeah, I've been very blessed to be to have been mentored by Tony Robbins, other people like Joe Dispenza, Sadhguru. He's one of my favorite mentors too, and countless other people I've met like Tony Blair, Diego Maradona. I managed to learn from all of these great people. Like I mentioned, I've got these companies too, and then also I've battled addiction, so smoking, alcohol, coffee, bad sugar. I've been free of those now for 10 years. And then also peer group, like I mentioned with that quote, I'm very careful who I spend time with, as who you spend time with is who you become in life. That's what I truly believe. So I've kind of given you an insight of my life at the moment, but it wasn't always like that. Okay, so I had some very dark times in my life, and that really helped me to understand myself more. So I'm going to tell you a short story about how I got to where I am. And it all started when I was 3 years old. Okay, so I was living in Dubai, UAE, and I was quite sick. I had this big lump the size of my fist. It was like a big pussy lump on my ankle, and it was traveling up and down my body. The doctors had a very weird name for it, and they were worried it might go to my heart and it might kill me. But luckily, it went back down to my ankle, and they operated, and I was okay. But I lost a ton of weight, so I was bedridden for 2 months. And I remember having these wooden crutches, these like tiny tin wooden crutches. I kept on falling over. I was a very sorry sight at that time in my life. And I remember this one moment, my parents looking at me when I was in bed, about 3 years old, lost tons of weight, very weak. I remember my parents looking at me thinking, oh, our poor Neil, you look so weak, so helpless. What are we going to do? And that's one of my earliest childhood memories, when I just remember those two emotions, feeling weak and helpless. Okay. And that meant I was never my own man. I was always a big copycat. I copied what my parents wanted me to do, which was work hard, go to university, get a job. I copied all my friends. I remember going around to a friend's house to play video games, and I wouldn't play. I was too scared. I would just sit in the corner and watch. I was a big observer. So I just copied everyone. I was never really my own man. Fast forward 20 years, and I was 25 years old, just come back from university. And so fast forward, can everyone hear me okay? Yeah?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So fast forward 20 years, I was 25 years old. I just come back from university, and I was working for a contractor in Dubai as a quantity surveyor. So that's a job where you're in front of the PC quite a bit. And I'm not a person that likes to be in front of the PC too much. I'm a people person. I love talking to people. And I was doing this job, and I had a panic attack at work. I just couldn't breathe. I just couldn't get my breath. I was like, what's going on? I can't breathe. And I just jumped in my car. I drove down to the beach, and I was trying to get my breath, thinking, what is happening? Why am I feeling like this? And that's when I realized my body was screaming at me, saying, this is not you. This life you're living at the moment, you've copied other people, and this is not your life. And that's when I decided to start coming from my heart and really start listening to, what does my heart desire in my health, my relationships, my business? And this is probably the lowest moment in my life. So I lost that job. I think I was drinking lots of alcohol at the time. So I was quite overweight. I really wanted to change my life. So I stopped talking to a few friends in my peer group. I was very close to my father. So I didn't talk to my father for about 1 year. Now it's okay. But during that time, I think it needed to happen just so I could kind of become my own man. And it was just a very dark time for me. That's when my wife, she introduced me to a podcast called Entrepreneur on Fire by John Lee Dumas. It's a big podcast in the States. So I started doing my morning power walks on the beach, and I had nothing at this time. It's a very dark time for me, like bad health, no money, no friends. And I just had this free podcast I was listening to every morning, and all these successful entrepreneurs were getting interviewed on it. And I remember just trying to just absorb their positive vibes and learn as much information from them as I could. And like that quote, like, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. I was spending time around all these different people that I could hear getting interviewed. So I learned quite a bit from that podcast. And then I found out about a virtual mastermind group on that podcast. And a mastermind group is a group of people getting together with a common goal to achieve something in their lives. So I joined a virtual mastermind in Nashville, Tennessee, with 10 other like-minded entrepreneurs. And that I was in that for 2 years, and it really raised my game. It took me to a new level in my life. And then 2017, I found Tony Robbins. My wife introduced me to one of his events. And I've now been in Tony Robbins Platinum Partnership for the last 3 years, you know, and Tony Robbins is an even bigger peer group or mastermind, where you've got a couple of billionaires and people in every sector of industry who are doing amazing. You've got Instagram influencers, people great at real estate, people great at finance, people in construction. Every industry and sector you can imagine, there's people that are just amazing. You know, it's a very diverse group of people, and I felt very blessed to be learning in that group. So I've been in that now for 3 years. That's a $100,000 a year program that I pay for, and it's really well worth it, because it's not all the content that you learn, it's the people that you're around. You just find out some of these good habits that these people are learning. So yeah, I was listening to this podcast, I was in these masterminds, I joined Tony Robbins Platinum Partnership, and 2 things that I realized I'm going to share with you here now. Number 1, peer group is everything. if you want to get results in your health or in your business, your finances, your relationships, you need to hang around with other people who are where you want to be. So if you want to lose weight, don't go hang around people who are watching movies and eating crisps and eating pizza all the time. Hang around people who have healthy habits, and you'll pick up on those habits. Same goes with making money or finding your ideal partner in life. So peer group is everything. That's the first thing. The second thing is that your life is about four things. It's about your intentions, your feelings, your habits, and your energy. Okay. And the reason life is about these four things is that it satisfies all four of your human needs. So Tony Robbins, he's an expert on human behavior. So any human behavior pattern you have in your health, your business, your relationships, it can either be serving you, where you're getting good results from it, or it can not be serving you, where you're not happy with where you are. So that's kind of my focus at the moment, helping people master their intentions, feelings, habits, and energy. And then peer group as well. I run these mastermind groups that are done on Zoom weekly. And it's where a great bunch of people get together and we're keeping our energy high, goal setting, learning new content, and holding each other accountable. So that's kind of my story at the moment. Hope all of you got a good feel there. I really do like to make this session interactive, because the main thing that I do to help people understand and manage themselves is goal setting to master your human needs. I'm goal setting all the time. Okay. Every day, every week, every month, every quarter, I'm goal setting. And you might hear the word goal setting. Oh, goal setting, it's so tough. It may be tough if you're doing it the wrong way. If you're doing it the right way and you're satisfying all of your human needs, it's amazing. So this is what I'd like to encourage all of you to kind of type in the chat bar. What is a goal that you have at the moment? So just type in the chat bar, what is a goal that you want in your health? What's a goal you have in your business? What's a goal you have in your finances? What's a goal you have in your relationships, in your education, your contribution? What is a goal you're after at the moment? If you want to type that into the chat box, then I will help you figure out how to do that goal right now. So the first couple of people to do it, I will help you. Start a school, become a leader. Okay, love these goals. Awesome. So let's start with the first one from Kavita Yogesh, to start a school. Okay. And please keep these goals coming. Okay. Short-term course, PhD completion. Love it. Leading a healthy life and help the needy. Keep myself healthy and build a team. Become a head of the school. Tension, stress. Love it. Okay. These are great goals, because everyone has another level that they want to get to. And I'm going to show you how to do this. So let's start with the first one. I think it was from Yogesh. He said, I want to start a school. Okay. So you've identified the goal. Okay. And before we start achieving this goal, you need to understand the four human needs. So if any of you have pen and paper, I highly encourage you to take notes, because I've taken Yogesh's goal, which is to start his own school. I'm going to use that as an example. Okay. But if you've got a goal to lose weight or be a role model or any other kind of goal, I want you to use the same principles I'm using for Yogesh's goal. Okay. But do it for yourself. So please make sure you've got a pen and paper handy. Okay. And take notes of what I'm saying, because I've spent 3 years. I spent $100,000 per year learning from Tony Robbins, and I've managed to condense it into something very simple. I'm very good at patterns and systemizing things. And I spent like $300K over the past 3 years. I'm going to give it to you for free now in a very concise way. So please take notes. Okay. So, and any more goals you have, please keep on typing it in the chat bar. It'd be great to see just the different goals that people have. So let's start with the Yogesh's goal of starting his own school. So before you set out to start that goal, you need to understand your four human needs. The first human need is the need of the heart. Okay. And the need of the heart is contribution. So the way the heart satisfies its need for contribution, okay, is through giving. Okay. And you need to give to the area of life that you want a result in. So if you want to start your own school, you want more money, you want better health, you need to give to that area of life. And the way you give is by setting an intention. So Yogesh just said, right, I want to start a new school. That might be a contribution goal or a business goal. So he's set that intention to start a new school. Okay. Then the next human need, okay, is the need of the body. And the need of the body is love connection. And the way the body satisfies its need for love connection is through feelings. Okay, the body wants to feel good. When people do goal setting, they don't master this. They kind of think, right, goal setting, boom, 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 I've got to work, 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 work. And you can break yourself in the process. You may get the goal, but you might break yourself. So the need of the body is love connection. Okay. And the way the body satisfies its need for love connection is through empowering feelings. So even while I'm talking to you now, maybe while you're building your school, maybe while you're trying to be healthy, maybe while you're trying to find a husband or wife, you need to enjoy the process. It needs to be a good feeling. So that's the need of the body, having a good feeling. So the first need is the need of the heart, which is contribution, which is setting intentions in each area of life. The need of the body is love connection. And you do that by defining empowering feelings for each area of your life. The third need is the need of the mind. And the need of the mind is certainty. This is the most primal need, especially now during coronavirus. Like everyone is freaking out because this is the number one need. Okay, and there's a lot of uncertainty. So the need of the mind is certainty. And the way the mind satisfies its need for certainty is through physical things. Okay, so the mind is very materialistic. So food, water, shelter, boyfriend, girlfriend, money, a phone, a laptop, a car, anything physical gives the mind certainty. Okay, so that's the need of the mind. It satisfies its need through having physical things. The final human need is the need of the spirit. Okay, and the need of the spirit is growth. And the way the spirit satisfies its need for growth is by doing things. Okay, which is taking massive action. Okay, so just to clarify, the need of the heart is contribution, and that's wanting something in a certain area of life. Need of the body is love connection, that's feeling something. Need of the mind is certainty, and that's having something. And the need of the spirit is doing something. So wanting, feeling, having, doing. And the way I help people achieve their goals is by taking a goal, like I want to start my own school, or I want to have a healthy body, or I want to find a husband or a wife. And you come up with a sentence, an incantation that satisfies all four of those human needs. So you say what you want, how you need to feel, what you need to have, and what you need to do. It sounds very simple, but once your goal satisfies all four of those human needs, it's a very enjoyable process. Okay, so Yogesh has already satisfied his heart, okay, because he says, I want to start a school. Okay, that's a big goal. By satisfying his heart, he's going to get out of the bed. He's going to get out of bed in the morning with purpose, saying, boom, I can't wait to make this goal happen. So that's the need of the heart, okay? He wants to start a school. Then, Yogesh, we need to move on to the body, okay? And the way to satisfy your body is to come up with an empowering feeling. So you need to ask yourself, how do I need to feel every day consistently in order to start my own school? You know, so some people might say, oh, if I started my own school, I'd feel happy or joyful, which is a great feeling. But the feeling we're after here is, what feeling do you need to feel every day so that the school happens? If you felt happy every day, it's a great feeling, but will a school get built if you feel happy every day? I don't think so. So happy might be a good feeling in another area of your life, maybe in your play, maybe when you're playing or having fun, okay? But what is the feeling? And feelings are identities. What's the feeling that you need to feel, okay, if you want to start your own school? So Yogesh, I mean, are you on the call, Yogesh? It'd be great if I could talk to you. Shamila, is it possible that I could?
Yes, I'm unmuting him.
Okay.
Yes, Yogesh?
I think it was Yogesh.
Can you come to the screen?
Yeah, Neil.
Yeah.
Hi, Yogesh. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good, thank you. Is your video working?
No. I have a problem in my camera.
No problem. Okay, I can hear you. Okay. So your goal is to start your own school, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So were you listening to when I was talking about the 4 human needs?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. So you satisfied your heart by saying, I want to start my own school, yeah?
Yeah.
Correct? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to come up with a sentence that's going to satisfy. Go ahead.
I have a dream.
You've got a dream to start your own school, yeah?
Yeah, tell me. I'm hearing you.
Okay. So we're going to come up
Yeah,
with
I have a dream to open a school.
Awesome. So we're going to come up with.
I should own it.
Your internet connection is breaking up a bit.
Yes, his audio is not, his internet connection is not stable, I think.
Okay, Yogesh, just so everyone on the call can benefit from this example, okay, I'm going to use somebody who has a better who has a better internet connection and with video. So anyone who wants me to work with them directly one-on-one right now, turn on your video and just start waving at me if you've got a goal.
Yes, you just raise your hand.
Who has a goal that they want me to work with them for? Okay. Mamta?
Yes, Gagan Kaur.
Okay. So Shamila, I can see
Yeah,
Mamta.
yeah.
She's raising her hand.
Okay,
If you
Mamta.
could unmute her, then
Yes, host, can you unmute her? Permission is given to her.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes, you're
I can hear
audible.
you.
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm from New Delhi and I'm working with Directorate of Education and have been recently posted to the post of a head of school. So
Awesome.
my primary goals, as I mentioned, in fact, these days are two: to keep myself healthy, to be able to build a good team once the schools reopen post-COVID.
Okay. Love those two goals. Very important.
Thank you.
If you had to
Thank
pick
you.
one, which one is the most important right now?
Right now, team building, because even online we are working, so I can keep myself healthy even staying at home, but I have to contribute because I do not even know the members who are in my team. I haven't met them. I just
Okay.
joined the school last month in
Okay.
the vacation times only, so
Okay.
everything has to be virtual. So I'm
Okay.
pretty worried because it is a new concept for our society.
You'll be fine. I've got a good feeling about this. Okay. So
Thanks.
let's work on this goal now. And I just want everyone else to kind of get value from this. So everyone else who's listening, just to take your own goal as an example, okay, and use the example I'm doing with Mamta to kind of apply it to your own goal. Okay. So Mamta, if you had to clarify your goal very specifically, it's to build a team, is it?
Yes, because
Okay.
I have a group of teachers, which is 50 plus in number.
Okay.
So how do I turn them into a good team so that we can have good working environment in a school? Because
So,
it's a totally different concept. I have
okay.
been a team member. I've been teacher for the last 2 decades, but now
So,
the profile is
okay.
changed.
So if you want to clarify your goal, it would be, I want to turn my 50 staff members into a team.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's the intention we've set, and that satisfies your heart. Okay. Now we need to come up with a feeling to satisfy your body. We need to come up with what you physically need to satisfy your mind, and we just come up with what you need to do to satisfy your spirit. So we're going to put this into a sentence, okay? And I want you to fill in the blanks. So the sentence will go like this. I will do the sentence with you, don't worry. But the sentence will go like this. I want this goal so that I feel this emotion and have this resource so that I'm able to do more of this, okay? This is the template. So everyone else listening, take this template and do it to your own goal. What do I want so that I feel this emotion and have this physical resource so that I'm able to do more of this, okay? So Mamta, you and me are going to do this together. So repeat after me. I want to turn my 50 staff members into a team.
I want to turn my 50 staff members into a team.
So that I feel, fill in the blank, what emotion do you want to feel?
I want satisfaction and self-gratification, maybe.
Okay, let's stick with one.
Okay.
So you have to pick
Okay.
satisfaction or self-gratification. Which one?
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction, okay?
Satisfaction.
And if you felt satisfied, okay, and had this 50 team members turning into a team, what would you have physically as proof that this goal has come true? What's the physical evidence that your goal has come true?
It would be a good working environment, like a feeling, a reciprocal feeling from other team members, because
Okay,
only that will be an assurance.
okay, so a good working environment. That would
Yeah.
make the goal come true, yeah? Okay.
Yes.
So just to
Yes.
clarify for everyone, her sentence, her incantation so far is, I want my 50 staff members to become a team so that I
Team.
feel satisfied and have a good working environment. And the last part is, what is she able to do because of this? So Mamta, if this goal came true and your 50 team members became a team, you felt satisfied and you had a good working environment, what would you be able to do more of?
That would be better learning opportunities for the learners in the school. Uh, Now you want me to put it into a word.
So no, that's perfect. Better learning
uh,
opportunities
for the learners,
for the
because
learners in
I
school.
have 1,000 plus, nearly 1,100 learners in my school.
Okay, just give me 1 second. I've got somebody vacuuming outside. I'm just going to tell them to stop. Apologies. Okay. Okay, apologies. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Yes, you can continue.
Okay, sorry about that. That's the advantages of working at home. So yes, to clarify Manta's incantation, it is I want to turn my 50 staff members into a team so that I feel satisfied and have a good working environment so I'm able to offer more learning opportunities. Yeah?
Yeah.
How does that make you feel, Manta, that sentence?
I would say again the same phrase. It would be gratifying. It will give me pleasure and warmth of having fulfilled what I'm meant for.
Awesome. And if that came true, you'd be very happy, yeah?
Yeah, I'd be happy.
Awesome. So everyone says this. Everyone comes up with their own incantation. They're like, oh, I love it. It sounds amazing. But then the important thing is, how do you make this come true? Okay. So the first half of the sentence is your internal needs. Okay. And then the
Right.
second half of the sentence is your external needs. So the first half, which is wanting your 50 staff to turn into a team, that's the desire from your heart. That need helps you get out of bed in the morning. It gives you motivation to wake up early and get the work done. Okay. Then feeling satisfied, okay, that's the feeling that will really help you enjoy the journey. You know, so it won't be like grueling or really hard. It'll be quite fun because that's a good feeling. So that's your internal needs, okay? Like the desire from your heart and feeling good in your body. And this gives you internal motivation. But the second half of the sentence, this is what shows society and the rest of the world that you're not lying and that you're actually achieving the goal, you know? So the second half is also important because it shows people that you've achieved the goal. So the third part of the sentence is the physical thing you need to have. And you said a good working environment. So if you had a good working environment, that would mean your goal has come true. The thing is, when most people do goal setting, say they want like a six-pack body, okay, or they want tons of money, you know, or they want like the perfect husband or wife, you know, if they don't get it straight away, people get depressed. They're like, oh, I'm going to give up on my goal. There's no progress happening towards it. An example of this is New Year's resolutions. People always say, right, I've got this goal to lose weight or make money. Come end of January, beginning of Feb, they've given up, you know, because they're so focused on the end result. So the good working environment, it's important, but it's the last thing that comes, okay? And that's why the fourth part of the sentence is really important to focus on, which is, I think for you, it was offer more learning opportunities, correct?
Yes.
So this is your doing metric, and nobody can stop you from doing this, okay? The doing metric, okay? And the reason people know what to do. If they want to lose weight, they know what to do. If they want to make money, they know what to do. But it's just that the meaning, okay, and their motivation towards it is not there. They've got bad meaning, thinking, oh, it's going to be hard work, and they haven't got a big enough goal, so they're not motivated. So it's really important to set it from your heart, what I want and how will I feel if I do it. So when it comes to doing that, offering more learning opportunities, in Mamta's example, it would be crazy not to do it because you've got such good meaning and such good motivation associated to it. So here's the thing, though. This sentence we've just come up with for Mamta, it's a first draft, okay? So I have 8 incantations for my life. I have one for my business, finances, health, relationships, education, play, environment, contribution, all 8 areas of my life. But I've done multiple iterations of this, okay? Because you need to test it by trial and error. So one thing I would ask you to do, Mamta, is satisfied the right feeling to make this happen? Like you might feel satisfied once the goal comes true, but you know, like if you felt satisfied every day, is that team going to get built?
No, because I believe that success is never a destination, it is a journey. So if I feel
Beautiful.
satisfied, it's just the Satisfaction I meant is a momentary, okay, a sense of achievement, maybe
Okay,
partial. Because if you stop striving, you are not moving ahead. The
100%.
ultimate, the
Beautifully
trajectory
said.
has to go on.
You are a woman after my own heart. Thank you. That was beautiful. Really well said. So if satisfied would be the feeling you'd feel after the goal is achieved, what feeling do you need to feel every day in order for that goal to come true? What good feeling?
It's basically yearning, zeal and yearning that yes, you have to perform better. You have to do better. It's that
Okay.
desire, I would say.
So if you had to clarify that as emotion, because emotions are identities, so what version of Mamta needs to turn up every day? Is it the yearning Mamta or the zealous or?
I'm wordless.
Okay, so you've already given us a few words, which is let's go with yearning. I think it's quite a good word. Okay, so you need to feel yearning, and is
Yeah.
that a good emotion for you?
Yes, if I want to yearn, like it, if I'm striving for better, yearning for better, I would
Mm.
say.
But I mean,
Yes, to,
I mean that emotion. Does it mean a lot to you? Do you really like that word?
yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
so I want everyone to notice that this word for Mamta is very important to her. Okay, and I've worked with thousands of people. Okay, and everyone has their own words. So yearning for Mamta is an amazing word. For somebody else on this call, they might think, "Oh, no way, I don't like that word." So everyone's got their own meanings. So it's very
Yes.
important you don't copy words off people. Come up with your own word that means a lot to you. Mamta's come up with this word yearning, and it's her word. It's her life, and this means a lot to her. So you want to turn your 50 staff members into a team, yeah?
Yeah.
And to do that, you would feel yearning, yeah?
Yes.
And if you felt yearning every day, like what would you have physically? A good working environment, or would you have something different?
Yes, definitely a good working environment, a physical working environment, but definitely it would be satisfying me mentally and emotionally.
Okay, good. So the physical driver we've clarified is correct here. Okay, a good working environment. So she wants to
Yeah.
turn her 50 staff into a team. And
Yes.
to do that, she needs to feel yearning. And by
Yeah.
feeling yearning, she'll have a good working environment. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we come to the fourth one, which is to offer better learning opportunities. So the thing you need to understand is that the want, the feeling, what you have, what you're able to do, they are all proportional to each other. So as one of them increases, the other one increases. So the doing, you couldn't say, oh, I want to sit on the couch and eat a sandwich. Okay, because it's not proportional to the other ones. Yeah, it's got to be proportional. So Mamta, in order
Yes.
for you to feel yearning
Yes.
and have a good working environment, what
Mm-hmm.
needs to happen every day? What do you need to do?
Uh, I believe I need to be in contact with my team members and keep them motivating that there has to be a driving force. All of them must share that feeling. Only then we'd be able to move together in that direction.
Okay, beautiful. So now Mamta's clarified her doing metric. Okay, I can tell you right now, just from speaking to Mamta, that the ones that won't change is the goal, wanting her 50 staff to turn into a team, the feeling
Mhm.
of yearning. I think it means a
Yeah.
lot to us. That's a good word. Then having a good working environment. Okay, so those three I don't think will change. The doing one. So Mamta, if what you just said doesn't work, what are you going to do?
Maybe I'd try to change my approach to them, how I,
Got it first
that's
time.
exact,
Love it.
that's
Change.
exactly what I wanted you to tell me. You're taking it out from me only.
Change your
I,
approach. Okay.
yeah, I'll have to
So
change it.
so you keep on changing the approach. There's great examples from like Walt Disney or the owner of Honda. Before they got their success, they got rejected thousands of times, but they still had the same want, the same feeling and identity, and the same physical metric of what they wanted. And they just kept on changing their approach over and over and over again. And I mean, you need to come up with what you need to do. And I think what you said sounds good. Constant contact, and working together with people. That's what a team is built on. So, I mean, it sounds like that will work, but if it didn't work, as an example to everyone on the call, you know, I just want you to understand that, try something else. Okay. So, yeah. How confident do you feel now, Mamta, that you will achieve this goal?
I don't know, like before I began talking to you, I wasn't that clear. Now that I have put down all what you've been talking, maybe no, definitely it will make sense to me, and it'll be a great aid.
Beautiful.
And yes, in times of need, I might have to change the approach. And the problem is that I'm totally clueless because the entire environment has changed because of this COVID time. The
Yeah.
working has changed. Like we have to move from formal school to blended learning. We're still in a lockdown. The schools
Yeah.
have been closed since 19th March.
Yeah.
It's been 3+ months. So we are all at home. We haven't met the children. We haven't met our teachers. So it's all at bay.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely changing times.
Yes.
And it's the same out here in Dubai. It's been a lot. I mean, now Dubai's opened up a bit, but still, like life is changing, you know.
Yes.
And this is why I'm so passionate about teaching this now, because I believe now more than ever people need it. Because if everything's going fine, like you're going about your daily business and stuff, you know, then you probably don't need to do this. The intentions, the feelings, the habits, and the energy, you know. But then as soon as life gets tough, you know, like COVID happens, you lose your job, you put on more weight, you know, you lose friends, you know, then life is testing you. Okay. And instead of like absorbing all the negative emotions of all these people around you, it's really important to have these incantations. So you've done one incantation here. Personally, myself and the people that I work with, we always have 4 to 8 incantations. So one for each area of life. So like I said, I have incantations in my business, my finances, my health, my relationships, my play, my education, my environment, and my contribution. And I use those every second of every day, not like once a week or once a day, every second, depending on the situation. So while I'm talking with you now, Mamta, and talking to the group here on the call, I've got 2 incantations in mind, which is my relationship incantation, because I'm talking with people, and my contribution incantation, because I'm trying to help people, you know? Then maybe in the morning, when I go do my exercise, or when I'm eating, I focus on my health incantation. You know, if I'm learning something, I focus on my education. I've got these different incantations for every second of the day. So I really believe it's important to clarify these, because if you know these and you're just working on these every day, and why would you not want to? Because it's your dream life that you've just made, you know, you'll be unaffected by anything happening around you. Any bad people, any bad environments, anything that triggers you, that makes you angry or upset, you won't be affected by it, because you know what you want your life to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. That was enlightening.
Awesome. Thanks, Mamta. Glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Shamila, I'd love to do one more example with someone.
Yeah. Yes, Neil. One more example.
Aditya
We'll
Kumar.
go back.
Aditya Kumar, I think he put his hand up before.
What?
I think Aditya Kumar, he put his hand up before.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay.
Miss host, can you unmute her mic?
Sure.
Yes, ma'am. I have already unmuted, ma'am.
Okay. It's unmuted, but she's not coming to the screen.
No. There's this guy here, Aditya Kumar. I think he had a question.
Aditya.
Yes,
Hi,
sir. Yes.
Hi, Aditya.
Yeah, Aditya. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
What are the responsibility for me during COVID-19 as a teacher?
Aditya, can you put the camera so we can see your face? Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
What's your goal, Aditya? Like, what's your dream? What's your goal at the moment?
Sir, during COVID-19, what are the responsibility for me to serve the society and students with social distancing?
What's the responsibility for you to serve your students and staff? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So that's really up to you. You know, I just did the example with Mamta. So like, what do you want? What's the ideal outcome for you?
I want to teach the students with social distancing.
You want to teach the students social distancing, yeah? Okay,
Yes, sir.
so let's follow the same example, okay, that we did with Mamta. So if you want to teach the students social distancing, what feeling do you need to feel every day?
Sir, I want to feel, I want to serve 100% of potential of
Okay,
me.
and if you served 100% potential, how would you feel? Who would you be?
I feel good.
Okay, good's a bit vague. How would you feel? Who would you be? Responsible? Like what kind of word?
Responsible.
Okay, so if you were teaching kids about social distancing, you would feel responsible, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and if you were teaching kids about social distancing and you felt responsible, what would you have as proof that you've taught the kids about social distancing?
I can't understand.
If you taught kids how to do social distancing, yes,
Yeah.
and you felt responsible, okay,
Yes, sir.
what would you have physically as evidence that you've done this?
Sir, physically, I am fit.
No. If the kids knew about social distancing, okay, and you felt, oh, me, Aditya, I'm responsible, what would you have? Like, what would be the evidence that the kids know about social distancing?
Sir, I want to only teach with social distancing because during COVID-19,
Okay. I understand, but I want you to imagine this goal has come true. Okay. It's come true. It's already happened. And it's happened, and you feel very responsible because you've done this. Okay.
okay.
Then what would you physically have as evidence that it's been achieved? Would you have lots of students? Would you have lots of like notices? Like what would you have physically as evidence that you've achieved the goal?
Students,
Students. Okay, so you would have a lot of students. Okay, as evidence. Okay, and if you felt responsible and you had a lot of students, okay, who were informed by this, what would you be able to do each day? In fact, what do you need to do each day for you to feel responsible and for you to have a lot of students that understand? What do you need to do?
yeah.
What do you need to do?
I want to do
No.
all students.
So if you're responsible, okay, and all your students understand about social distancing, what needs to happen every day for this to come true?
A lot of students in my school, or I want to teach all the students with social distancing day by day
Got it. Okay, so
to,
teaching.
to complete my course.
Okay. So
Course of student.
teaching is what you need to do. You said, I want all students to be aware of social distancing, so I feel responsible, and I have lots of students who understand, so that
Yeah.
I'm able to teach them. Okay. So what you need to focus on is that goal of wanting students to understand about social distancing. Focus on
Yeah.
who you will be. You will be a responsible person. Okay. And then focus,
Yes,
what do I
sir.
need to do every day? I need to teach. So every day, set the goal of teaching
Yes.
10 students, 20
Yes.
students, 30 students. And then the number of students that understand will increase. Correct?
Only 15 students to teach in an hour.
Okay. But if you have a big goal, are you able to teach more students, like not just your school? You can teach that school, other schools, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Does that help you?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you, Aditya. Okay.
Sir.
So that's some examples down there. Has anyone else got any goals that they want to achieve that they want to talk about with me? Just type it into the chat bar. And in fact, has anyone got any questions for me? Any questions at all, whether it's around a goal or anything? Just type it into the chat bar And
Yes, participants, you can type your questions now.
okay.
And one more person has asked one thing, goal to continue my teaching career without personal life interruption. This is Chitra Jayaprakash.
Okay. Continue my teaching profession without
personal life interruption.
Okay. Are we able to get them on the call?
Yeah, I'm trying. Yes, Chitra, can you come to the screen?
And also
no.
the exercise that I've just shared with everyone.
Okay.
I prepared a free PDF document. So you can do this by yourself if you want taking notes. I'll just type it into the chat bar, but just visit this link. Oh no, I just sent it to somebody privately. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I've just shared a link. If you click on that link, okay, then there's a free worksheet there. So everything I just talked about, the goal setting process, you can download it through that link, okay? Cool. It's okay. We don't need to get that lady on board. But her goal was, how do I continue my teaching profession without personal interruptions? So I just say, like, that's the goal, sorted. Who do you need to be? Who do you need to feel every day to satisfy your body so that you're able to do that, you know? So it's really important you come up with a word, but just from working with like thousands of people, I can tell you the feeling would probably be, I need to feel unaffected, or I need to feel focused, or I need to feel responsible, something along those lines. And then once you identify that feeling, say, what do I need to have? You know, it might be a quiet workspace, you know, so maybe like I'm doing this call now, I'm in a room that's quiet, I've got no distractions, apart from the vacuum that came on a few minutes ago. But yeah, just find a quiet workspace. That might be a physical metric. And then if you said, if I feel responsible every day and I have a quiet workspace, what am I able to do more of? Be able to add value to more people, teach more people, help more people, you know? So it really is quite a straightforward process. And that link that I shared, you can, I think I'll put it here, yeah. Just click on that link and you can download that worksheet there. Arundhati Mahanta, he just wrote in the chat, if he set a goal and it becomes difficult to maintain discipline to achieve it, how can I work upon that? Okay. So this is quite a common thing I hear. If people set a goal and they're like, oh, I lack the discipline to achieve it, it's because you've associated some very negative meaning to that goal. Say, for example, you want to lose weight, okay? You're like, oh, I need to eat healthy and work out, okay? Like you've associated very negative meaning to it. So nobody in their right mind would want to do that, you know, because it just sounds terrible, you know? So you might do it for a little bit through sheer willpower and discipline, but long term, it's going to be very tough, you know? So when you set goals like this, instead of saying like, what am I going to lose? Think, what am I going to gain? Okay, so if you want to lose weight, instead of saying, oh, I won't be able to eat my favorite foods, or I have to do all this exercise, just think, what am I going to gain? You know, maybe I'll gain a better body. Maybe I'll gain like, I'll find new exciting foods to try. You know, maybe I'll gain a new level of freedom I've never experienced before. So you've just got to kind of reframe it. Yeah. So any more questions? Oh, yeah, sorry, here. Varun Jasuja. So in this COVID era, everyone is scared about their future. As a teacher, my responsibility is to encourage my students along with teaching with proper feedback and interaction with them. So 100% agree about that. When we're talking about the 4 human needs, there's a contribution, which is the need of the heart, love connection, need of the body, certainty, need of the mind, and growth, which is the need of the spirit. So the heart's all about wanting something, the body's all about feeling, the mind's all about having, and the spirit's all about doing. So Varun, when you're talking to your kids, I'd mention these 4 human needs, okay? And say the number 1 human need that naturally comes to human beings is certainty. They want physical things. They want money. You know, they want a roof over their heads. They want food. They want water. They want all the basics done. And if you just focus on this, it's not going to work out well for you, okay? Because everything's getting taken away. And if your number 1 need is for certainty and having physical things, you're just going to get so stressed out if your number one need is certainty. So I would say always have contribution as your number one need, because you can always want something more. Okay. Then have growth as a second need, because you can always do something. Okay. You can always do something. You can always want something, and you can always do something. Nobody can take that away from you. When it comes to certainty and having something, people can take that away from you. Your money can be taken away. Your job can be taken away. You know, like all your necessities can be taken away. But if you have desire from your heart and you're doing something, nobody can take that. Nobody can take that away from you. Okay. And then I'd also say love connection is very important too, because love connection is the need of the body. Okay. And the way people survive in this world, okay, or thrive in this world, is having good meaning and good emotions. An extreme example, like for example, when people commit suicide, is they have so many bad feelings in their body. I don't know if anyone understands chakras and like energy centers, but those are all different emotions. Okay. And when somebody commits suicide, they have so many bad emotions in their body. Okay. They don't want to live on this earth anymore. So they normally kill themselves or hurt themselves. So feeling good, like when you're on a call speaking with someone, feeling good when you're eating, feeling good when you're working, feeling good in the different areas of your life is super important. And the way you feel good in these different areas of life is focus on where you are and what you're giving meaning to. So say, for example, you're with someone, okay, and what they're saying is really upsetting you, okay, you're giving bad meaning to that. You know, change the meaning, you know. So maybe if someone's giving you information saying, oh, you're stupid, you're not good at this, you've lost this, you know, just think, right, this is information coming at me. Am I going to put their information as like the solution to my problems? Or maybe I'll look elsewhere, you know, like don't just take something coming at you that you have to take it. You have choices. You can make decisions on how you want to feel. So having good emotions in each area of your life is super important. Let me get to a few more of these questions.
There is one more question. Shall I read that, Neil?
Yes, please.
How to respond to people who demotivate us?
Okay, so this is one of my favorite questions, because even in my life, you know, there's always people, there's always haters out there, you know, who, and let me tell you about people who demotivate you. You've got to come from a place of love and understanding, because people only do that, okay, if they are hurting themselves. So if somebody demotivates you, okay, naturally as human beings, it's very easy to get upset because, oh, they're saying bad things, you know, it's demotivating me. Because naturally human beings, we come from our heart. Okay, we just want to be loving and connect with people. But if somebody's telling you something, giving you information that's like demotivating, you need to question that information, saying that's your information, it's not mine. Okay, so if you want to talk like that, you talk like that, but I'm focusing on other information that is going to lift me up. Okay, so that's the first way to deal with it. Just question that information. Not everyone's information is the same. Everyone on this call has different opinions. Everyone's entitled to those opinions. Okay, and some people you might resonate with, some people you might not, you know. So always question the information. Okay, don't automatically think, right, this is correct, I have to listen to this. Question, do I need to listen to this information? The second thing is all about environments and ecosystems. Okay, a lot of people think if there's a group of people and people are saying demotivating stuff, people are so small-minded sometimes that they think this is the only group or the only environment, you know, that I can spend time with people. You need to realize how big the world is. Okay, there are so many. This Zoom call here is one Zoom call. Okay, this is not the whole world. There are thousands, millions of other Zoom calls out there. Okay, there's thousands of different WhatsApp groups or Facebook groups. You know, there's thousands of different places you can spend time in. Okay, so if you're getting demotivating stuff from someone, just change your location. If somebody in front of you is saying demotivating things, go somewhere else. Okay, if you're on a WhatsApp group or a Facebook group and there's demotivating stuff in that, leave the group. You know, so there's two things. There's environment, change your environment, whether it's physical or virtual, and then there's information. Question that information. Don't just take it for your own. Okay, you've got to protect yourself. Does that answer the question?
Yes. One more question.
Okay.
How to be focused on goal?
How to be focused on goals. Okay.
Yes.
So you need to be very intentional about this. So I have 8 goals. I have all the time. If 8's too much, do 4. If 4's too much, do like 2. Okay, but that question, how to stay focused on goals, I just want you to imagine your calendar. Okay, say your calendar starts at 6 a.m. Okay, and it finishes at 10 p.m. Okay, every day, that day should go exactly the way you want it to be. So I've got 8 goals I'm always chasing. How full do you think my calendar is? My calendar is super busy. I haven't got time for any bullshit from anyone. Okay, so I have a policy of an open calendar, closed door policy. So I don't just let anyone come in, you know, because my focus will get distracted. You know, I'm like, right, I'm focusing on this. If somebody wants to talk to me, I'll say, give me 5 minutes. Let me finish up what I'm doing, or we can schedule some time tomorrow or next week to speak. Okay. So when it comes to your time, you need to take responsibility for that time. Okay. You need to come up with 48 goals and think, right, now that I've got these 48 goals, and I've just shown you all how to do those goals. What do you want? How you want to feel? What you want to have? What you want to do? And with the doing, that should fill up your whole calendar. If you have 8 goals, okay, everything you're doing on those goals should fill up your calendar. Like my calendar, I have my sleep scheduled. I have my playtime scheduled. Like all the things you think might not be important, it's all scheduled, you know? So I decide how my day goes, and I don't get distracted by other people out there. So I hope that answered that question there.
Yes, the last question. How to remove all the negativeness from mind?
How to remove all the
Negativeness
from mind. Okay, so one thing I've learned, okay, if you want to change in life, if you want to create change, there's 2 ways: pain and pleasure. So negative is needed. If you just felt happy all the time, it wouldn't work. Okay, you need pain and you need pleasure. So pleasure is being optimistic, setting good goals. Right, I want good health. I want to make lots of money. I want to have a wife or husband. You know, I want to have good friends. So those are good goals. That's pleasure, okay? And that will give you motivation. But the example I gave before of people setting goals on a New Year's Day, if you use pleasure as a motivator, it might last a month or 2, okay? And then you'll give up. So negative thoughts, pain can help, okay? Because if you clarify how you never, ever want to feel, like say, for example, you want to have a good body. So the feeling would be, I want to feel fit, powerful, sexy, vibrant, energetic, whichever word means the most for you. Okay, that's a good feeling to strive towards. But then maybe after a month or 2, like you start fizzling out of energy. Okay, it's good to focus on how you don't want to feel. I don't want to feel fat. I don't want to feel weak. I don't want to feel tired. You know, I don't want to feel dull. You know, so negative thoughts can help you, because just remember, you don't ever want to feel that way. So I can tell you one thing: the people who are the most successful in life have reached unparalleled levels of health or financial success, or in their relationships. The people who are the most successful, they've hit rock bottom. You know, they've hit a real low point, and they know they never, ever want to go there again. You know, so the good way to look at negative thinking is that just think, this is a very low point in my life because I'm thinking negatively. You know, how can I use this to get to where I want to be, so I don't ever think like this again? So I hope that answers that question there.
Yeah. One more question in the chat box. How to stay positive when the future looks uncertain? This is the question for all today.
Okay. So like I said before, so the body, so first off, the heart, when you want something, that's about being truly present. Okay. That's how you be present. You just focus on what you want. I want to have better health. I want to make more money. I want to have better friends. You just got to focus on that goal. Okay. That keeps you very present. When you feel something, okay, that's the past. Any feeling you have towards something in your life, okay, it's from a past experience, because we have something called muscle memory. As kids, when we're born, our muscles are brand new. You know, we're kind of experimenting, and you've got to be careful with kids. I've got a 10-month-old son, and he's experimenting, you know, and if he touches something and it hurts him, oh, he'll get like a bad feeling towards that thing, you know? But then if he experiences something good, he'll get a good feeling. So your feelings are all about your past. The future is all about the mind. And I said before, the mind is all about physical things. So if you want to stop worrying about the future, stop focusing on physical things. So physical things are important. You know, you need money, you need food, you need water, you need shelter, you know, you need all these physical things, but don't focus on it as the first thing. First, focus on what you want. Then focus like, if I want to get that thing, how do I need to feel about that thing? Okay. And then once I have some good meaning towards that thing, what do I need to do? Then the physical thing comes. If you focus on the physical thing first and you don't have it, you'll go crazy. Okay. Because it's your number one need and it's not being met. So focus on what you want, focus on how you want to feel, and focus on what you can do. Having something comes last. Okay. So hope that answers that question there.
Yes. Thank you. I think these are the questions. Thank you very much, Neil. You made us to understand the need of the heart, body, mind, and the spirit. And thank you very much. And I hope that all the participants, they enjoyed your session. And now over to a formal vote of thanks. Shall we? And formal vote of thanks by the organizers.
No worries. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Neil. It was wonderful, and we get very positive feedback from the audience.
No worries. I've put the link in the chat, and hopefully you could share it on your website. It's just that PDF I have. Everything I've talked about, I've put it for free on this PDF. So visit that link, and you can get the PDF. And if I could just leave with some parting advice. Every second of your life matters. Okay.
Fine.
So you need to clarify what you want, how you want to feel, what you need to have, and what you need to do. If you focus on that, okay, nothing will stop you. Whereas if you don't clarify that, then you will get easily affected by everything around you. So really clarify what you want, how you want to feel, what you want to have, and what you want to do.
Thank you very much, Neil. So all of them, they want to hear from you again and again, since they are very much inspired by this session.
Awesome.
Okay. Thank you very much, Neil.
Cheers.
Thanks a lot, participants. Bye-bye.
Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Hello, good afternoon to all. Now it's the time to propose formal vote of thanks. It's a great privilege to propose at this juncture. First of all, I thank the Lord Almighty for their grace to successfully conduct this session. I convey my deep sense of gratitude to the resource person of the day, Neil Young, founder and head coach, Advanced Alpha, United Arab Emirates, for being the speaker of this session and for giving us a wonderful presentation on the topic, understanding and managing yourself. I'm sure that the takeaways of this session will create a big change in all of us to be effective teachers. Also, I express my thanks to all the participants who joined us in both Zoom and YouTube and the cooperation rendered. I convey my gratitude to our college secretary, Mr. S. Murlidharan, and our principal, Dr. A. Joycelyn Sharmila, for their support, guidance in organizing this program in a successful manner. Once again, I thank you one and all.